It's a very good day to be a Vancouver Canucks fan. We're in such a good position, guys. I just can't stress how important and how great things are looking right now, as we've gotten so many good pieces of news just coming out of the past, 8 hours. First off, Allsvenskan All-Star Jonathan Dahlen over there for the Timrå IK Red Eagles. He got himself the most valuable player in the Allsvenskan. That was his award earlier today for him. Then, stepping up with the Finnish leagues, Petrus Palmu, other Vancouver Canucks prospect taken in the 6th round last NHL entry draft. He was a finalist for the Liiga's Rookie of the Year award. That is fantastic as well. Him being really small obviously puts him at a disadvantage in terms of what people think about him and how we project his development will go, but he got himself the Rookie of the Year finalist over there. And then we got Elias Pettersson, who in the SHL just grabbed so many awards today. He grabbed himself the Playoff MVP award earlier this month, back when the playoffs concluded and, spoiler alert, his team won. But just today they announced just a few more awards because today was the grand awarding for the SHL. Elias Pettersson was the MVP of the SHL. Basically the Hart Trophy winner right here. He was the Rookie of the Year, and he was the top forward. Might I mention, Jonathan Dahlen was also the top forward in the Allsvenskan as well. Elias Pettersson, he didn't win himself the most outstanding player of the SHL. It's almost like a Lindsay and a Hart thing that they got going on over there. In terms of the player's choice for the best player, aka the Lindsay Award, that was Joachim Lindstrom. But in terms of the Hart Award, basically, that they got over there, it was Elias Pettersson. Hands down, the league MVP of this season was Elias Pettersson, and he led the league in points in the regular season, he led the league in points in the playoffs, he led his team to winning the playoffs, grabbed himself the Rookie of the Year award, and things are looking so good. This was all just today, mind you, and if we take a look at everything else, it just becomes so grand to look at. Adam Gaudette was a Hobey Baker winner. That was the MVP of NCAA hockey this year. Brock Boeser was a Calder nominee in terms of the best rookie in the NHL. This is so good! Oh my goodness, and people say that Jim Benning doesn't know how to draft. Please don't tell me about Jake Virtanen. Virtanen's doing pretty well. Oh my goodness. It feels so good to be a Canucks fan. It feels so good, and I don't know about you, but looking at the Vancouver Canucks young core, guys that we got that are pretty young, late teens, early 20s, all of these awards that they're winning, it's so exciting, and I know that this doesn't mean that they're all gonna be MVP Hart-winning players in the NHL, but boy, it feels good. It feels really, really good, doesn't it? Ah, man. I haven't been this happy to be a Canucks fan in so long, and I'm just so excited. I know the Vancouver Canucks sucked the past 3 years. I know that their point percentage and their wins and their points in the last 3 years have been the lowest totals out of every NHL team. I know that we've gotten screwed out of the lottery several times in a row now. But this is good too. Right? Jim Benning has taken every piece of adversity that the Canucks have faced and said, here is the compromise. Here are the guys that I'm trading for, the guys that I'm drafting, that are all finding their own way now. We don't need no first overall pick to say that we got good prospects in the system. We don't need any of that. Sure, it really would have been nice, but, this is okay too. This is okay too. And it's so weird, man. Elias Pettersson is at the World Championships. DiPietro is at the World Championships. Juolevi got cut, my goodness. But everybody else, Dahlen is the best forward and the MVP of his league. Palmu, alongside of Boeser, are both Rookie of the Year finalists for that award in their respective leagues. Elias Pettersson is the playoff MVP, regular season MVP, leading scorer in both the playoffs and the regular season, and the best rookie as well. And not to mention Gaudette, who had his MVP winning season in the NCAA. It's looking so good. It's looking so good. And next season, when Elias Pettersson makes the team, which I'm saying, yeah, there's such a high possibility of him making the team. People talk about how he's got to earn his spot, and oh, he has to show that he can play. I'm sorry, but like, there shouldn't be this much doubt. Sure, there's the little aspect pertaining to him not being physically mature enough, but at the same time, the kid broke so many records, and he's doing things that nobody has ever accomplished before. This was a point made up by Jason Botchford on the recent podcast. Elias Pettersson has nothing to prove stepping onto the NHL ice. And people talk about him being small, slim. Yeah, but that's what makes him quick. If he had 20, 30 more pounds, he wouldn't be as quick with the way he does things as he is today. And the biggest thing about his game right now, it isn't his top speed skating. It's not the power behind his shots. It's how quickly he's able to do these things. The quick little dangles that he does to get around guys. The quick little shifts in his movements that bring him towards the front of the net to get a good shot away. The quickness in his release. This is the danger of Elias Pettersson. And he's shown everybody in Sweden that it's effective. Kent Nielsen himself commented on Elias Pettersson breaking the record, and he called him a brat. Obviously, he was joking, but this is just such an interesting point to talk about. I think he's making the team next season. I agree with Botchford, guys. I agree. Elias Pettersson has nothing to prove playing in Utica. He's played against men the entire year, led the point races in both the playoffs and the regular season, league MVP, and now he's going to step into the Vancouver Canucks locker room. And this is crazy. Once we have Pettersson on the team, alongside of Adam Gaudette, who, let's face it, he's not that much of a guarantee next season, but if he does make the team, fantastic. If we have it this way, and we get Jonathan Dahlen, or Jonathan Dahlen, he gets over onto the Canucks as well. That is the Allsvenskan MVP, the NCAA MVP, and the SHL MVP all on the same team, potentially as early as next season. What an incredible sight. It feels so good, man. It feels so good. I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous about this upcoming draft. Because as long as the Vancouver Canucks take whoever is left of Boeser, Hughes, or Wahlstrom, I'm good. The first round is basically good right now. Even if we take Noah Dobson, I'd be okay with that. But the other picks, second round, third round, fourth round, I don't know if we have a fourth round. Maybe it's the fifth round that we don't have. I'm not sure. One of those. These are going to be the guys that the Vancouver Canucks rely upon going into the future. Because, remember that video I made yesterday? Rafael Diaz? He was the guy that nobody remembered. Yeah, that fifth round pick that we traded for Rafael Diaz, he became Adam Gaudette. This is just Jim Benning taking his skills, and everybody knows that he's good at drafting at this point in the later rounds, and showing to everybody, yeah, we got good players. And I gotta give credit where credit is due. Judd Brackett and Jim Benning, the NCAA scouting cast, fantastic. Thomas Gradin talking about Elias Pettersson, fantastic. Because Gradin was the guy who had the utmost confidence in Pettersson going forward. Again, referring back to that podcast I watched the other day with Jason Botchford. Thomas Gradin knew that Pettersson had this potential. Going back to the 2017 NHL entry draft, Gradin knew 100% that Pettersson had the capabilities to lead the SHL in points. And he wasn't wrong. And now, everybody is so excited for what's to come. We got so many MVPs, we got so many awards being handed out to our players. Even Palmu and Boeser, they didn't win these awards, but they're finalists for Rookie of the Year in their leagues. That's great! Palmu's small, but who cares? He's getting this success. Ah, it's just so good to be a Canucks fan. This was my little video for today. I just wanted to let my emotions out. Talk about how I'm really happy with things and how they're going. It feels good. It feels really good. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. To plus, Gaming, and bye.